and welcome to the School Board Report. I'm your host, Lily Austin, along with School Board member John Landers. Mr. Landers, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Lily. Great to be back in studio.
Yes, we are back from a long break we've had, a whole week off.
Yeah. I think everyone was probably a little excited to be back on Monday and get back into the routine. I can't remember a time where we've had a whole week off in probably 10 or 15 years or so. I think just one important thing to remember is, it changed from school days to hours, probably 5 or 10 years ago. We are in a good spot in terms of instructional hours remaining in terms of if we do have any future days, but I think let's just get over this cold and hopefully get into spring soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's begin by talking about the school board itself. I understand a new member has joined the board. Who would that be?
Yes, and that's always part of the process. There's 5 of us who have 4-year terms that are kind of offset by 2 years. So we welcome R. Scott Murray, who was elected in November and ran unopposed. There was an open spot with John Frieda deciding not to seek re-election. Scott is a Boardman graduate. Him and his wife have lived in Boardman, I believe, their entire lives. His 3 daughters are all Boardman grads, so there's a lot of passion for the Boardman schools. He's also heavily involved in the community as a firefighter and involved in his family's insurance business. He was sworn in at an organizational meeting on January 7th, and we're looking forward to having his skill set and viewpoint as part of the board.
Yeah, that's exciting. And it just so happens to be Ohio School Board Appreciation Month, so thank you for serving the district. How many years have you been on the board for?
So I was elected to the board in November of 2009, so this is the start of my 17th year on the board. We think that I was probably one of the youngest ever elected to the board at that point, and I'm now the longest serving active member. I think the longest serving member overall is Mark Huberman, served from 1984 to 2004. Then we had, as we mentioned, our organizational meeting on January 7th. That's where we elect a president and a vice president. So Candace Rivera is our president, and I am serving as vice president for this year.
Wow, that's really great. And the school board approved the new academic calendar for next school year. What kind of big changes do we have? Are there any?
I don't know if there's really big changes. Once again, this will be for the 26-27 school year. We like to approve it early to allow families to start to plan for things like winter break or commencement. We'll start school on Wednesday, August 26th, which is about a week later, and end school on Thursday, June 3rd. It's right about the same amount of instructional hours as this year's academic calendar. People do like to plan vacations, so winter break will be a full 2-week break. And spring break will fall a bit earlier from March 26th until April 5th. And for seniors of the class of 2027, commencement 2027 will be Sunday, May 30th for parents trying to get family in town or to plan graduation parties.
Yeah, so a few changes. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, February 4th, is the new student orientation at Boardman High School, where 8th graders who live in Boardman can spend an evening talking with the teachers, coaches, and students about what's available here at BHS. Why do you think it's a great night for the students and their parents to come down themselves and see what opportunities they have here?
I think it's just a great time to welcome them, to see the energy that lives in this building and through all the activities that we have. The parents can interact with the teachers and coaches and, people like our principals and individuals like myself. I think the students, enjoy the opportunity to interact with their peers. They're going to be in the building with them and see all the amazing different things that we offer, whether it's music clubs like Project Mayhem or BSTN or Medical Careers Club or Computer Club. It's an opportunity for those kids to start to really find those things they may be passionate about through high school or down the road. And I think it's just a great energy in the building to highlight all the amazing things we offer. I think we offer some great and unique things that other districts do not, and I think it's great to welcome them into Boardman's. We have, for example, over 30 plus clubs. We have 24 Ohio high school athletic sports. We have a brand new STEAM lab that we want to check out and for people to highlight and view. And then obviously all the great things we're doing in BSTN, multimedia, drone opportunities, and to hear it directly from people like you and your peers why you enjoy going to the school and being involved in so many different things.
Yeah, I would say we definitely stand out from other districts. Is there anything else you would like to add today?
Sure. We're already in February, but we have a lot of great events coming up. As we talk about welcoming the class of 2030, we'll also be welcoming the newest Spartans on February 19th at our kindergarten kickoff. I believe that's from 5 to 7 p.m. at Boardman High School. Also, our high school drama guild is getting ready to perform Mean Girls, the musical, on March 5th, 6th, and 7th at the BPAC. So keep an eye out for tickets for that. And then at Glenwood Junior High, they'll be doing Annie Junior towards the end of February, February 27th and 28th. And one item I think from the board to report is that, last November we had a levy renewal that we put on as a continuous levy that did not pass. The board made a decision in our regular meeting last Tuesday and our special meeting yesterday to put that levy renewal back on the ballot for the May election. It's a 5.9 mil levy that generates about $4.2 million a year for the school district. The one change from when we put it on in November is that it was a continuous levy. We're putting it on as a term levy with a 5-year renewal timeline. So we recently just approved that at the board and wanted to share that information.
Yeah. And then we just have a lot of events coming up, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Landers. The next school board meeting will be Monday, February 23rd at Boardman High School. And remember, the public is always welcome. I'm Lily Austin for BSTN, and have a great day, Spartans.